Welcome everyone, this is Garrett Green Gaming, and today I want to talk about Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond leaving Xbox. So PlayStation releases some bad news and they shut down one of their studios, and Xbox says hold my beer. And this seems to happen quite a bit. So yeah, this is just breaking news, just happened, and let's talk about it a little bit because this could mean a lot of things. And you know, I think Phil Spencer and Sarah Bond have done a terrible job at Xbox. So at first glance, you think, well, maybe this could be a turning point for Xbox. Maybe they'll get their stuff together, but that is unlikely. And I've given Phil Spencer a lot of crap over the years, but let's be real, a lot of it has been coming down from Satya Nadella. I'm sure if Phil Spencer had it his way, Xbox would look a lot different than it does right now. But I still, he's lied so much and told so many fibs and misled, and he probably had to do it at the direction of Microsoft and Satya Nadella. But at the end of the day, Phil Spencer should have been gone a while ago, and Sarah Bond and Matt Booty, who's not leaving, by the way. Matt Booty's still here somehow. But unfortunately, I think this is not going to be good for Xbox. It's probably just going to make things worse just because of who they are replacing them with. Now, let's go ahead and read a little bit of some of the statements that were just made. Satya Nadella. Gaming. All right, I'm going to try to hold this. Sorry, I'm holding the camera. I do these for the quick videos, but gotta do what I gotta do. Gaming has been a part of Microsoft from the start. Flight Simulator shipped before Windows, and you could practically ray trace a line from DirectX in the 90s to the accelerated compute era we're in today. All right. Blah, blah, blah. A lot of bullcrap corporate speak. I'm excited to share that Asha Sharma will become Executive Vice President and CEO of Microsoft Gaming, reporting to me. Interesting. Over the last 2 years of Microsoft and previously as the Chief Operating Officer at Instacart and Vice President at Meta, Asha has helped build and scale services that reach billions of people and support thriving consumer and developer ecosystems. She brings experience building and growing platforms, aligning business models to long-term value, bullshit corporate speak, corporate speak, operating at a global scale, which will be critical in leading our gaming business into the next era of growth. I hate that fucking word growth. Why does it? This is why all this shit happens. Is because these greedy fucking corporations are obsessed with growth, not just profits. Not just profits. They have to keep growing. They have to have unsustainable growth all the time, every year. And if they don't, they lay off everyone. These companies have had record profits. They are breaking records in their profits, but because it's not the amount of growth that they want, they lay off everyone, they fire everyone, and they completely destroy studios and things that are good for consumers and good for the workers. Anyway, let's keep going. Matt Booty will become Executive Vice President and Chief Content Officer. So he was promoted even though he's been terrible at his job. Reporting to Asha, okay, blah, blah, blah. Phil Spencer made the decision to retire from the company. Okay. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, anyway. We have extraordinary creative talent across our studios and a global platform that is second to none. I'm excited for how we will capture the opportunity ahead and define what comes next while staying grounded in what players and creators value. Since when have you ever done that? Anyway, I thought he said something about AI in here. One of these people in one of these statements said some nonsense about AI. Maybe I just missed it because I skipped over a little bit. Well, at the end of the day, this is going to come down to AI because Microsoft is pushing heavily into AI. And unfortunately, it has provably, factually led to layoffs because they're replacing people with AI. Okay, we'll go to the next one. Okay, this one's from Asha Sharma herself, and there's some interesting quotes into this one. Let me Dear team, today I begin my role as CEO of Microsoft Gaming. Not Xbox, but Microsoft Gaming. But that's been that way for a little bit now. Let's see. I am stepping into work shaped by generations of artists, engineers, designers, writers, blah, blah, blah. The level of craft here is exceptional and is amplified by Xbox, which was founded in the belief that power of games connects people and pushes the industry forward. I wish you actually believe that. Thank you to Phil Spencer for his leadership. Blah, blah, blah about that. My first job is simple. Understand what makes this work and protect it. Starts with 3 commitments. First, great games. Well, that would be good if you actually did that. Let's see. We had great games, beloved. Yeah. I promoted Matt Booty in honor of this commitment. He understands the craft and challenges in building great games. Since when? Since when? Okay, number 2. Second, the return of Xbox, okay? We will recommit to our core Xbox fans and players, those who have invested with us for the past 25 years, and to developers who build expansive universes and experiences that are embraced by players across the world. We will celebrate our roots with a renewed commitment to Xbox, starting with console. Interesting. Which has shaped who we are. It connects us to the players and fans who invest in Xbox, and to the developers who build ambitious experiences. Gaming now lives across devices, not within the limits of any single piece of hardware. That's not true, but okay, once again. As we expand across PC, mobile, and cloud, Xbox should feel seamless, instant, and worthy of the communities we will serve. Okay. We will break down barriers so developers can build and reach players everywhere without compromise. Okay. Third, future of play. We are witnessing the reinvention of play. No, we're not. No, we're not. You are trying to change what gaming is, and you're making it terrible. So no. To meet the moment, we will invent new business models and new ways to play by leaning into what we already have. Iconic teams, blah, blah, blah. But we will not treat those worlds as static IP to milk and monetize. We will build shared platform and tools that empower developers and players to create and share their own stories. As monetization and AI evolve and influence this future, we will not chase short-term efficiency and flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop. She actually just said that. We will not treat those worlds as. Hold up. What did she say? She's. We will not chase short-term efficiency and flood our ecosystem with soulless AI slop, bruh. You've already started doing that. What do you mean? You've already done that. Literally, Satya Nadella came out and said we need to stop calling it AI slop. And she's literally trying to say, we're not trying to do AI slop. Okay, sure, buddy. I mean, I at least appreciate that she knows, she reads the room well enough to try to at least claim that they're not doing that. But come on, bro. The next 25 years belong to the teams who dare. Okay, blah, blah, blah. Okay, someone said something about her being like a CEO of Core AI or something. Some AI company she was in charge of. So that was my biggest worry. As much as I don't like Phil Spencer, and I definitely don't like Sarah Bond because she had nothing to do with gaming before she started working at Xbox. I'll get to that more on her in a second because that's interesting. But as much as she tries to say we're not doing this AI slop, I don't believe her. She worked in AI, but I can at least appreciate that she can read the room well enough to say we're not going to do soulless AI slop. That's funny that she said that though. Yeah. And then Phil Spencer made a statement. I've already talked long enough. I'm not going to read his bullshit statement because everything that comes out of his mouth is a lie. Interesting enough, I don't think Satya Nadella even mentioned Sarah Bond in his statement, but Phil Spencer did. And obviously, you can all find these are public. So I'm not going to go through all of these letters that they sent out. Matt Booty said something, but I don't know. I just wanted to make this video to talk about it a little bit. Like what I want to finish what I was kind of my point there. As much as I don't like Phil Spencer, I think he at least had a better gaming mindset when it comes to things. He definitely cared more about the games, more than I believe Sarah Bond, Satya Nadella, or this new CEO that they have. None of these people, other than Phil Spencer, were deeply involved in the games industry before they started working at Xbox, Microsoft. Phil Spencer is the only one who's just like purely about the gaming business, I guess. So, as much as I think it's good that he's gone because of the direction Xbox is going, I don't think it's going to get better. It's probably going to get worse. And honestly, the things that's been happening to Xbox is mostly not to do with Phil Spencer. I'm sure Phil Spencer would have wanted Xbox to look much different than it does today. But I'm not going to give him too much credit because he still made bad decisions. He still lied. He still didn't stand up to Satya Nadella. And he should have left earlier if things were not going the way he wanted. He should have been gone a long time ago. He should have made this decision. But he's retiring. What's more interesting is Sarah Bond is resigning. She's not retiring. She's just plain out resigning. Didn't even see a statement. They're barely mentioning her in these emails other than Phil Spencer kind of giving her some love. But this is interesting because a lot of people assume Sarah Bond would be like the next one up because people assume Phil Spencer was going to be gone, but they thought Sarah Bond would take her place. Clearly things are going crazy haywire. And this is what's been happening with Xbox like the last couple of years. Everything's been changing. Whatever they say they were going to do, they completely flip-flop like a day later. They've been lying and misleading for the last couple of years. And so it's just very interesting to see someone who's supposed to be the next man up, next woman up, be gone. Xbox is completely lost, completely out of it. And PlayStation just had some terrible news. And once again, Xbox is like, hold my beer. At the end of the day, like, I thought Phil Spencer should be gone. So at first glance, I was like, well, this is probably good news. But it's not going to get better. It's only going to get worse, I fear. It's going to be more AI slop, regardless of what the new CEO says. It's going to be more AI slop. The end of the console, just machine-like corporatization of gaming from Xbox, just like what's the word? Fucking car manufacturers where they just like pump out the cars. I forgot what I'm talking about. It's just very corporate, very machine-like. Just pump out these games. Not much creativity involved. Just pump out the games, use AI, get it out, make money. The creativity is gone. It's about money. It's not about the games. Even more than before. So I don't know. There's probably a lot more I can say. There's probably a lot more that's going to come out about this. But at the end of the day, They should have been gone a while ago. It's weird that Matt Booty's still there, but we'll see what happens. Um, I did want to talk about PlayStation more with Blue Point. I'm not gonna do it on this video, but that situation still pisses me off, and I need to probably talk a lot because that's, in my opinion, that's still way worse than this. But I had to mention that because I'm still steaming over them. Both of these companies, Xbox, Microsoft, PlayStation, Sony, are seeing record profits, and yet they keep doing this. They keep, oh, industry is changing, everything's more expensive, longer to develop games, RAM prices going up, yet you guys are still making more profits than ever. So what the fuck is happening? The only one seeing the only one seeing the hurt and the pain from all these prices going up and people getting laid off and RAM shortages. The only people seeing the pain from it is us, the consumers and the workers, not these fucking corporate motherfuckers and the corporations and the CEOs. None of them are seeing any fucking problems from this because they're making record profits. And if they leave the company, they get a big old fat golden parachute. I don't know, man. It's just I'm nervous about the future and where this is all headed. Something has to give, and maybe this is a sign of something giving, but I don't know. Seems like it's gonna get worse, but we will see. We will see. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I will be back soon with more videos. See ya.